Good morning. Welcome to Margaret Being Margaret. It is rather sunny. Maybe I can get down behind the trees. Nope, nope, nope. We were forecast to have a very rainy weekend, but it's Sunday morning. It's gorgeous, and we had a little bit of rain, but a whole lot of wind overnight, which I absolutely loved. A little bit of rain, but the windows were open. Look at the needles all over the road. And we still haven't had a lot of leaf change right here. Up the street we have. So it's coming. Whew, that sun is bright. I kept all the windows open. When I get up, it was 59. That was about an hour ago. So let me show you now. It's 60. And it feels so good. I swear on Pop Polar Bear, I love the cold. So I had the windows open all night. The curtains were almost vertical in the bedroom. I had the fan on to make sure it blew enough, and my hair was actually blowing in the breeze as I slept. Yeah, it was perfect for me. It's a beautiful start to the day. It's supposed to be a gorgeous day. A couple of things I've got to do besides look in the mirror and fix my hair. Oh my goodness. Is I looked up last night. I shouldn't. I've got to get up on a ladder and clean this. The edges are crappy, which means the kitchen one is too. Outside of that, I don't know what kind of trouble I'm going to get into today. I did buy, because so many of you, let me get myself a cup of coffee and let's talk. I have to make a Hannaford's run today. Parker, I'm going to get you some more food, okay? Are you ready? Let's see if you can do it without getting it all over the floor. There we go. Don't push it. It's here. Look. It's already in your bowl. My, don't yell at me. Okay, you got your water. You got your food. Now what do you want to complain about, huh? Gosh, she talks a lot. She never shuts up. She's like her owner. They have got to come up with something. In fact, I wonder if you guys can tell me that will keep this from being water spotted. I do this half a dozen times a day. What should I be shining it with that keeps the spots off of it, please? Yesterday, I felt like making a potato salad. I make a really good potato salad. It's got eggs in it. I even threw a little bit of bacon in, mayonnaise, mustard. Don't ask for a recipe. It's throw it in till it looks good. Italian dressing, onions. I don't do celery. So I'm really looking forward to that. I made it and then didn't eat any. That's going to be my lunch. I only used 2 potatoes, didn't want to make a lot. I did the eggs in the Instapot, as I always do, because it's so much faster. Bunch of eggs, a little bit of water, put them in the basket, 5 minutes, and then let it cool down on its own until I remember. And we can talk. Before I went to bed last night, I thought of all the things we need to talk about. Don't remember one of them. I did do my exercises for the second day in the row, getting up and getting down. Already see a little bit of a difference. I shouldn't say that because Friday when I show you again, I'll probably be no better. But it felt good to be Here's the deal. Some of you have very valid concerns about your knees and your back and can't try it. I understand that. And some of you just think, why? I like to torture myself. I like to prove to myself I can still do it. I'm stubborn, determined, and enough of a masochist to want to do it, to not mind putting myself through it. I'm going to be 70 this winter. I don't feel it, which also makes some people mad when I say that. I don't feel 70. Well, just own it, Margaret. I own it. I say it all the time. I don't feel it. I don't know what 70 feels like. I do know I still feel like I did when I was about 50 because I know what it feels like to be 40s and 50s. I still feel that way. So I get frustrated when my body doesn't react that way, and that's why I force it. Wanted to tell you, bathroom vanity is still not done. I think I'm giving up and leaving it. I'm just going to hang a towel over the front of it. I decided that this morning. Then I don't see it. What you don't see doesn't bother you. It's not horrible. See, I'm getting used to it. And I'm tired of trying to get it done. Maybe I'll get another burst of energy and tackle it this winter. I don't know. I told you I decided not to do the fence. I've gotten so many comments by people that come here saying the fence looks so nice weathered. Why am I putting myself through it? If it looks charming, I should let it be charming, just like its owner. So, I should let it be charming, honestly. I can't help myself. Yesterday, for the first time since the summer, and I've had my tan, I put on foundation. I hated it. I looked pasty, and it wasn't that it was lighter. I just didn't look as healthy. So foundation is probably going to be for special occasions when I don't mind looking pasty. That makes no sense whatsoever. So I do my eyes still, my eyebrows because I have none, a tiny bit of color on my cheeks because I get paler in the fall and winter, and my lipstick, and that's it. Where am I going? I'm going to Hannaford's today to get milk. It's a big day. You know, I talked about how I'm going to go through all the photos, and a lot of you had a problem with that, and get rid of them. Well, I was mentioning that to my son, Michael. He was flabbergasted. He said, Ma, the one thing you've always said is if the house burned down, the first thing you would save is all the pictures for the memories. And I had forgotten I always said that. And I went, oh, like, I'm sorry, the memories are still important. And he said, I like photos. So you'll all be relieved. I am going to go through them. What I did was went on Amazon and bought, I know plastic isn't good for photos. I don't care that much. I bought a bunch of these 3-inch ones. I'm going to go through them and make one thing for Michael, one thing for Dennis, one thing general family. And, you know, get rid of a lot of the duplicates, get rid of a lot of things that I don't think they'll ever be interested in. They're sitting on the counter, so I'll get to it. I got them Monday. They're going to sit on the counter for a while, mainly because it has been a phenomenal week in the Northeast, and from listening to all of you and talking to you, most of the country. So I'm not wasting it sitting here. I'm wasting it reading books and doing nothing else. Told you. When it's fall weather, I veg. The other thing I just looked up, I have to clean my mini splits. That might be today. That might be now. That might be in a little while. I'm going to enjoy my coffee. I'm going to go check in my morning mail, find out what's going on in the world. It wasn't good last time I looked. And we'll talk later. I get up night before last, middle of the night, to go to the bathroom, and both cats were sitting right here looking under this chair. And I thought, please be a cricket. Please be a cricket. I don't need a mouse. I get so nervous with that. But 2 cats. Neither one of them will catch a mouse if it is a mouse. I got up the other morning, that's why you saw me just flip the chair, flipped it, and I think it was all mouse droppings under there. I'm not 100% sure because there's also like a felt at the bottom of that, and the cats kind of like to scratch at it. But I did flip it over, saw a couple of the felt areas on the outside that had come loose from the staples. So I restapled the whole thing. There are no mouse droppings under there now, but I really kind of think it was. And I'm really disappointed in my 2 cats. They need to earn their keep. You know, my day can't officially be considered a success if I haven't vacuumed. Particularly this rug. I can do the whole house every couple of days, but this rug drives me crazy. And I rotate it. Every couple of times I vacuum, it gets rotated a little bit. Let's go to the next issue. I got a million of them. I don't know if they're supposed to get washed. I wonder if I can just vacuum it. Well, we'll find out. Oh yeah, that's 100 times better. Well, that didn't work well though. Crapple. I guess it wanted to be cleaned off too. I hope I can put it back easily. Shoot. Okay. Oh, how do you like that? Relatively easy. All right, let's go do the bedroom one while I'm thinking of it. That one got used a lot more. Oh yeah, those are very clean. Don't come off, I don't want you to. Well, I just did the kitchen fan, and I don't think I ever turned on the video, which is story of my life, right? And I took this off thinking I was going to take it down and clean the bowl too, but it's got a bolt on it, so that's a no. I don't feel like fighting with that all day. Probably have more dust in my hair than anywhere else. Isn't this stupid? I vacuumed first, so now we'll vacuum one more time. Oh, whose turn was it to watch me? That looks better. So stupid. Ach, Taliba. I truly look at this like, all right, I needed to vacuum again. I must not have done a good job on the rug. And the universe said one more time, all right, that one's gonna do it. I just walked by and saw a shadow on this. I did wipe it this morning, but obviously not well enough. And this is the vase. The flowers came in a couple weeks ago. I don't need it, and I always feel so guilty throwing it away. But what am I going to do with it? I don't want it. I had plenty of room for it, so I put it with the other vase I have for now. All right, the mini splits are done. The fans are done. Time for a cup of tea. You know, October 8th today, and I am still getting a lot of tomatoes from the garden. The little ones are finishing up, but I probably have another 10 of the big ones still green out there, so I'm bringing them in a couple at a time to ripen. But I still have enough until we have a frost, whenever that may be. Hopefully no time soon. I shouldn't have said that out loud. Oh. 10 o'clock on the dot, and I'm done with the biggest things I have to do. You know, I hate having this out, my laptop, the computer. This computer, the PC, has my QuickBooks from the salon. I need that until everything is closed out and I know where I stand. And my my computer tech from the salon was nice enough to loan me this for a while. The iPad is what I bought when I thought I was going to do all my editing on it for YouTube. DaVinci Resolve, and you know, I still haven't figured it out. I don't want to. That's the story. If you don't want to, you're not going to. So both of them are sitting here because I have stuff to do on them. The other thing I have the laptop, the Mac for, is because every year, I don't even know how many years, probably at least 20, I make a family calendar. This one's different cover every year. And I have it's got the plastic front, just regular paper inside for the printing, but a back cover too. And then I have them put a hole in it. This is Staples. Poor Staples get so confused about this every year. A hole and binder so it can turn. But I have everybody's birth date with the year. I can show you mine because we don't want to share anybody else's. But we can show you mine. And it says my first and last name, because the family's getting big enough now that I'm going to forget who's who, that it's my 69th birthday this year, and I was born in 1954. Everybody has that. And, excuse me, the program I use is a very cheap one, and doesn't work well. I was going to get rid of the hard copy, but everybody asked me to keep it, because it does such a good job of saying what year you're going to turn and what year you were born. And I do the same thing with deaths, so that my father died in 1982, and it says it on here, and it's 42 years ago that he died. Anniversaries, it says what your anniversary is and the year that you got married. The next year, it moves everything and it adds the next year to it if I've got it set up right. Half the time it crashes and I have to redo the whole thing. So this year, and I missed a couple people last year, this year I'm really being careful and checking and cross-checking and checking again, and I'll probably still do something wrong. Excuse me, and I have a new family member to put in and a couple of new in-laws coming in. So I've been working on this. It's a pain in my backside, and then I've got to get it. I try to get it by the end of October over to Staples before they get too busy. So I'm forcing myself to sit down and do this. This program, it's very easy to miss something, and because of my short attention span, I usually do. All right, couple of things we're going to talk about this morning. For no apparent reason except I feel like talking to you. I get such joy out of this, and I know I tell you that all the time, but it's a very nice way to live vicariously through other people, and I know I've heard the same from you. If you don't read the comments, try to when you have time. They're so much fun to read and to see where people are from, especially that one I put up, the one where I took a walk. I had no idea you guys would enjoy it so much. I really thought that was going to be a waste of time for you to watch. But so many people answered with where they live. I love it, love it, love it, love it. So in your spare time, instead of playing a game on your iPad, read the comments. And if you have vested interest in some things that people are saying, comment back. It's a couple people do, and I love it for you all, as well as for me. This morning, and this is a daily pet peeve, I watch people out walking or running or walking their dogs or walking with their kids, and they're on their phone. It makes me nuts. Now, I bring my phone in case something happens. I get hit by a car. But I don't answer it. Doesn't it seem to you, or is it just me, that you're out in nature, you're enjoying the fresh air, and you're not disconnecting at all? I even get mad. I was telling one of my friends that the other day, when I see somebody walking their dog and they're on the phone. It's like, this is time with your dog. Never mind with your kids. But you're not taking advantage of it. And to see people going by, and I'm thinking there's maybe 4 people walking, and it's one person talking so loudly on their phone, they have no clue what they're even walking. And I get it's probably for exercise, but boy, you could exercise your mind as well as your body. Rant over. I just think it's a shame. And if you're out walking and you're on your phone, think twice about what you're missing. Oh, I want to show you this because it's on my list and I'll forget. Opened my living room window the other day and broke it. So somebody can tell me, I don't want to spend buku bucks fixing this window. this window just will slam down. So ingeniously, because I'm cheap, I didn't have a piece of wood, but I had a curtain rod that I could make short if I took both ends off it. So I took the two ends off it that's holding the window up. I know that if we're going to replace this, it means I'm going to have to repaint, unless I can just get this piece. I should look into it, but these windows are almost 40 years old. So I'll have to do a little research, but if somebody's got an idea, let me know. Here's the other thing with my laptop. I write in indelible marker, permanent marker, what my passwords are on the face of it. It works. Yesterday, my sister Karen helps out a lot at a church fair in town. And I tried so hard to force myself to go down to the fair. I was going to take you with me and to support all the local tradespeople and the vendors. And I could not do it. 2 reasons. There's so many cute things. I don't want cute things. They just have to be stored. And I love watching those of you who do the, what do you call them, tchotchkes and the little things that you decorate your house with. And you have these wonderful little vignettes, and I love looking at them. They would make me nuts. And it's a very short trip. So I feel guilty if I go and just wander through because I'm not buying anything and I just feel cheap. I am. I can't afford it. It's throwing my money away. And I'm just not the person who can saunter through and appreciate. I can appreciate the hard work always, but I can't appreciate the urge to buy it. And it's the same with thrift stores that you all love so much, and I wish I did. Now, I shouldn't say I don't because I don't go, but the whole idea of it gives me agnish because I don't want to bring anything home. So I didn't go to the church fair, and you didn't get to go either, sorry. Anybody else feel like that? You know, I have a tough time going into the dollar store because it's too tempting to buy stuff I don't need. Let me know. When I put up the video of being thankful, I've talked about it before. I say thank you all day long to the universe. I don't care if you say God, universe, mother. I don't care. Whatever we say, we're all in the same thought process, I think. There's so much to be grateful for. Last night, laying in bed in the wind, I couldn't stop saying, I love this, it's wonderful, I love my life, thank you so much, because it just felt so good. And I do it during the day. Well, that was a big mouthful. I do it during the day. Say that 3 times fast. As I go through my day. And at night, I like to recap because I want to go to sleep feeling good. Now, yesterday, excuse me, I don't know what she just knocked over. Parker, what'd you do? What'd you knock over? Yeah, she knocked over one of my 2-pound weights. Yesterday, I did nothing because I didn't go to the fair. I read a book, and I said thank you for that. I made potato salad. I said thank you for that. I don't know what else I said thank you for. Because I didn't really do anything. But I will find, I took a shower. Thank you, because I didn't have to. And I will find little things to say thank you for at night, just to recount that I didn't waste my day. And waste is a different thing to different people. My day would be wasted if I didn't enjoy it. But I enjoy what I'm doing. I enjoy if I'm reading a book. I enjoy if I'm looking at the ceiling. I get too much joy out of most things. So my thank yous at night don't have to be big things. And it's not just accomplishments. Of course, I say thank you for my family. Thank you for the food on my table. All the necessary things that I should still be saying thank you for. But I was very touched to see how many of you do it already or said they would start incorporating it. I think it's life-changing. So good for us. Doing the walk and looked at some of the Halloween decorations out. Somebody did ask with this neighborhood, if I get a lot of trick-or-treaters. And it's so funny because up by the playground, that half a mile away, is really the village. It's where all those houses are. And I have a friend up there. They will get 400 people easily Halloween trick-or-treating. They come in by the carload. A lot of the neighboring towns, because it's a great walking area. I get none. So I don't have to buy, because that's a lot of money. And I'm far enough down that they don't walk down this way. Last couple of years haven't even had any candy in the house. So because I just said this, I'm going to get a package of candy just in case. But I don't mind not having it. I don't mind not worrying about the teenagers coming down this way because teenagers are teenagers. So I get to enjoy it, but I don't have to participate. So my plans for this glorious day, go get milk, which is a big deal because I enjoy going to Hannaford's. Have potato salad for a late lunch at some point. I have to finish the calendars because I've got some of my nieces and nephews have significant others that we're going to include this year, and I just got that information. There'll be 50 or 60 different things on the calendar, and then one day this week, I'll get myself to Staples and get that done, hopefully. So that's all I've got to do this week. I can sit here and enjoy. The air is still so crisp and feels so good. And I'm sure all my people in town are thinking I'm nuts because they've got their windows open maybe, but they're in long sleeves and saying how cool it is. It feels so good. You all have a wonderful week. I hope that you take time to enjoy what you're doing, get off your phones, and just be good to yourselves and those around you. So have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for subscribing and watching, and please share. It means a lot, and I appreciate it. You're helping keep me semi-sane. Take care, everybody. I'm done.